Students, today's topic is dumping. So let's start with the meaning of dumping. Okay, so dumping in reference to international trade is the export by a country or company of a product at a price that is lower in the foreign market than the price charged in the domestic market. As dumping usually involves substantial export volumes of the product, it often has the effect of endangering the financial viability of manufacturers or producers of the product in the importing nation. So one thing what is to be noted is that in case of dumping, there is a company who is performing its production in the home country. So what is the special feature of dumping? This company will try to sell its output in the foreign market at lower rate, but in the domestic rate, but in domestic market it will try to um, um, sell its product at high rate. So in the case we can say that when a firm is practicing dumping, the firm may face perfect competitive market situation in international market, but it may face monopoly situation in domestic market. That's why in this kind of market scenarios it is possible for the company to reduce the price in the you can say um, to reduce the price for foreign market and to increase the price to some extent for Indian market, because there is a huge competition in international market. Accordingly, the price decisions have been taken. Now, what is the objective of dumping? Why the business firm try to go for making such kind of product differentiation? Like in domestic market, they try to sell product at higher price, and in international market, they try to sell their product at lower price. So let's try to understand it. To increase market share in a former market by driving out competition and thereby create a monopoly situation where the exporter will be able to unilaterally dictate price and quality of the product. When the objective of the firm is that the firm is interested to get the maximum market share in the foreign market, because foreign market is more than 20 times expanded from the domestic market, and the company is interested to create as or you can say to achieve a monopoly kind of situation in the foreign market. So then such kind of price discrimination practice can be followed by the company. Price discrimination means to sell the product at different possible prices. That is called price discrimination. It means the firm is trying to discriminate the price of the product, right? So price is different for each and every buyer. That is called price discrimination. So here second point is to find a place in the foreign market. So through the help of dumping, the company is trying to getting a significant place in the foreign market to sell surplus commodity, because the company has surplus commodity in its warehouse. So the company tries to circulate its product in foreign market. Expansion of industry, the company is interested to expand its um, you can say to expand the branches of its company. So right, so this can be an objective of the dumping. To establish new trade relations, the company is interested to develop new trade relations with the other countries. So that's why the company try to sell out its product or to provide its services in the other country through dumping at cheaper rate. Now let's focus on what are the types of dumping. Number one, sporadic or intermittent dumping. What is it? It is adopted under exceptional or unforeseen circumstances when the domestic production of the commodity is more than the target, or there are unsold stocks of the commodity even after sales. In such a situation, the producer sells the unsold stocks at a lower price in the foreign market without reducing the domestic price. This is possible only if the foreign demand for his commodity is elastic and the producer is a monopolist in the domestic market. His aim may be to identify his commodity in a new market or to establish himself in a foreign market to drive out a competitor from a foreign market. In this type of dumping, the producer sells his commodity in a foreign country at a price which covers his variable costs and some current fixed costs in order to reduce his loss. Okay. And number two is persistent dumping. When a monopolist continuously sells a portion of his commodity at a high price in the domestic market and the remaining output at a low price in the foreign market, it is called persistent dumping. So the objective is the persistence for the long period. This is possible only if the domestic demand for that company is less elastic and the foreign demand is highly elastic. And highly elastic demand is possible when degree of competition is high, and less elastic demand is applicable where degree of competition is less. So when we compare domestic market with foreign market, undoubtedly the competition is very high in international, or you can say foreign market. When costs fall continuously along with increasing production, the producer does not lower the price of the product more in the domestic market, because the home demand is less elastic, because he is interested to take more and more advantage of the higher price in the domestic market because of comparatively inelastic demand. However, he keeps a lower price in the foreign market because the demand is highly elastic there. Thus, he earns more profit by selling more quantity of the product in the foreign market. As a result, the domestic consumers also benefit from it, because the price they are required to pay is less than in the absence of dumping. Third one is predatory dumping. The predatory dumping is one in which a monopolist firm sells its commodity at a very low price or at a loss in the foreign market in order to drive out some competitors. The only objective here is to wash out the competition and just to get the overall controlling of the market. So in this situation, the company, or you can say the producer, is even ready to sell the product at lower cost, or you can say to sell the product even at loss. But when the competition ends, it raises the price of the commodity in the foreign market. Thus, the firm covers loss, and if the demand in the foreign market is less elastic, its profit may be more, because due to inelastic demand, he can raise the price of the product and can get more and more benefit than before. What are the advantages of trade dumping? The primary advantage of trade dumping is the ability to permeate the market with product prices often seen as unfair. The exporting country may offer the producer a subsidy to counterbalance the losses that may be incurred, especially when the products are sold at a price below the cost associated with production. So these are the some advantages of trade dumping. Let's focus on what are the disadvantages of trade dumping. It can be costly to maintain over time. This is due in part to the lower sale price being offered on the good, as well as the cost involved in subsidizing the activity if applicable. Sometimes it can be very costly for the manufacturer, because the manufacturer is dealing in the foreign market and his sole objective is to get the maximum you can say the controlling of the market through establishing the monopoly element. So in that case, if the firm is ready to sell its product even at you can say loss, so it can be very harmful for the producer to enter into the foreign market on this ground. Additionally, trade partners who wish to restrict this form of market activity may increase restrictions on the good in question, which either makes it more expensive to export into the affected country or limits the quantity of the good the importing country will accept. So sometimes the firms make such kind of changes or such kind of modifications in their products that may restrict on that may increase restrictions on the good, and it can be more and more expensive to export into the affected country. Anti-dumping means what kind of precautionary measures can be taken to lower down the negative impact of dumping practice. A country prevents dumping through trade agreements. If both partners stick to the agreement, they can compete fairly and avoid it. So the risk can be avoided. Member countries of WTO adhere to the principles laid out during negotiations of the GATT is General Agreement on Trade and Tariff. That was a multilateral trade agreement that preceded the WTO, World Trade Organization. Countries agree that they won't dump and that they won't enforce tariffs on any one industry or country. Therefore, to install an anti-dumping duty, WTO members must prove that dumping has occurred. So such kind of provisions have also been made by WTO, you can say under GATT, so that the people are now bound to go for practicing dumping. Okay, so that the interests of the other countries may not be badly affected. right. So this was a very brief account about the dumping. So we have understood the basic concept of dumping, the types of dumpings, and the basic advantages and disadvantages here about dumping we have discussed to not in very detail, but yes, we have got some idea about it. So for today we stop here, and in the next lecture I'll start with a new topic. Till then, goodbye.